The Cobra Push-Up is a great exercise to improve both hip and spinal extension, ease lower back pain, plus offset a lot of the flexed and rounded shapes we find ourselves in during the day, whether it's at our work desk or commuting in the car, train, plane, wherever. Squeeze the glutes. That's going to help make sure we get most of the motion through the hips and also protect the lower back a bit. You can also add some side-to-side rotational action to really enhance the stretch. This does also strengthen the upper body and prep you for more advanced push-ups. The butterfly bridge is going to stretch the groin and hip flexors, plus activate the glutes under external hip rotation. This does look and is rather highly sexual in nature, but it's also super effective. Take it slow, focus on range of motion and getting the maximum hip extension at the top of the exercise while crunching the abs and squeezing the glutes. This is another drill anytime, anywhere, watching TV. You just get those hips open and keep growing those glutes like you love. Enjoy. The scorpion stretch is an unreal hip and spine opener. You've got to really focus on going slow and never forcing the range of motion. Also, squeeze the glute of the top leg as you come over to encourage motion through the hip and avoid excessive rotation through the lower back or lumbar spine. You want to try to pin your hands and shoulders down as best you can. The trail side will come up a little bit, but as you get better and better at this, keep pinning the hands and shoulders down to maximize the range of motion. Lying leg twists teach you how to rotate primarily through the hips and secondarily through the lower back while keeping your shoulders square. So really focus on pinning the hands, arms, and shoulders down into the mat. You also want to start with the legs bent at 90 degrees before progressing to the legs straight, which increases both the mobility and the loading demands. Please be sure to use a slow, controlled tempo, never forcing the range of motion to properly stretch and strengthen the obliques. Shoulder sweepers will improve posture, boost shoulder mobility and stability, and strengthen the entire backside of the body with an emphasis on the upper mid-back and rear shoulders. Focus first and foremost on driving the toes underground and clenching the glutes hard to allow you to lift the head and shoulders off the ground and keep that chin slightly tucked to maintain good posture. Notice the hand positioning, which is critical because we're doing internal, external rotations throughout this exercise. Lying leg raises both strengthen the lower abs and hip flexors, plus it really teaches you how to protect your lower back by isolating the exercise in this manner. Now, the key is you got to work hard to keep that lower back firmly flattened into the ground throughout the drill. Take your arms to your side and drive them underground to help give you that stability and platform you need. Start with the knees bent at 90 degrees before straightening the legs to increase both the loading and mobility demands. Such an awesome exercise. Just really take it slow. The bridge march flow is one of my favorite hip mobility drills. You start by just doing the alternating leg pattern with the legs bent at 90 degrees, both stretching the hip flexors and activating the glutes. Then you can start to add some leg straightening to get some hamstring mobility going and some lateral leg dropping to really mobilize the groin. The key is to keep those hips fully extended throughout the drill while adding these additional leg motions. And again, start with the bent knee versions before straightening the legs because it's much more challenging to maintain positioning. The twisting toe touch will activate the abs and glutes, plus stretch the hamstrings and hip flexors. So it's going to help get you out of back pain. It's also going to be ideal pre-walk run because it helps align your gait. Squeeze the top position as you touch the opposite hand to foot to get that ab engagement, and then drive that down leg underground to really get the glutes active. The alternating Superman will strengthen your back and improve hip and shoulder mobility. It's also one of my favorite dry land exercises for swimming. Now, you're lifting the opposing arm and shoulder. Keep them totally straight throughout the exercise, toes down, thumb up. And you're gonna drive the down arm and leg hard underground to help create the separation and space we need to get the most out of this exercise. Rest your head on the floor and pull your shoulder blades down and back for best results. Back plank pumps will stretch the chest, hips, and shoulders, improve your squatting mechanics, and hammer your hip flexors and lower abs. I like to start doing these by squeezing the feet together to give me more strength and stability. From there, you can separate the feet to work each leg independently. Focus on maximum range of motion, tucking the knees as tight to the chest as you can. Really squeeze it out. Lateral leg raises will obliterate the obliques and hip flexors, plus improve spinal side bending. Now you get into kind of a modified side plank with the hips on the ground and you're bringing both legs to the top hand. Squeeze it out at the top, hold it, own it, and then lower and control. Really control that eccentric portion to get the most out of the move.